Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to sit here and not only have I dug out a bunch of products that I actually forgot existed, I was just having a rummage through my makeup and thinking, oh, I kind of actually forgot that that was a thing. So I thought, you know what, let's just do a video with all of those products, and I asked you for some questions over on Instagram, so I'm going to answer some questions, have a catch up about life because there's a lot going on at the moment. I'm going to zoom you in now. The first product is this blotting lotion from YSL, which I think I maybe used once or twice in a video, put it in my drawer, never to be seen again. So let's try this today. And the first question comes from a girl named Ali, who is actually another YouTuber. She's also a Swiftie. We follow each other on Instagram. If you're into Taylor Swift, you should really follow her because she's great. But she's asked me your top 3 Taylor songs and 2 skips, judgment free. I'd say my top 3 are probably Long Live, Mine, I'm a Speak Now kind of girl, and how do I narrow it down to 3? I feel like I've got to pick 5 because the lakes is up there, but just because it like reminds me so much of my family, and like I've visited the lakes and stuff, and I have the tattoo, and then obviously I've got a Never Grow Up tattoo as well. That is not necessarily one of my favourite songs, it's more like the message behind it. New Romantics is one of my favourite songs just because I love like the beat, but not necessarily on like a deep level, just like it's a banger. I love Ours as well. I love Timeless, which is one of the Vault tracks. That's probably one of my favourite Taylor songs ever. It makes me emotional every time I listen to it. I'm picking too many now, but I'd Lie is another one of my favourites. But I'd say my top 2 for sure are Long Live and Mine. Gonna move on to my foundation. This is the Makeup by Mario foundation. Again, I forgot this existed. I forgot that you existed. How fitting to be talking about Taylor. My 2 skips would be It's Nice to Have a Friend. Do not vibe with that song. And Robin from Torture Poets Department. I don't know. I just find it a bit boring. I'm so sorry. And then I would say Epiphany. Oh wait, you only asked for 2. I'm gonna be so real and honest. There's a fair few songs on Evermore that are just not my favourite, just because I prefer like upbeat kind of pop music. I mean, obviously the albums I think are incredible, but there's just some songs that, I don't know, they're not really for me. Lyrically and artistically appreciate them, but they're not my kind of music. So yeah, thanks Ali for your question. I'd love to know yours as well. I'm sure you've probably said it many times before. Oh my God. Have I still got a spot? I've left a spot sticker on my face. Do I just leave that there now? I feel like that actually covered quite well. You can barely even see it. You know what? I'm gonna do an experiment. These are the Mighty Patch, like daily spot patches. And that was so invisible that I forgot it was on my face. It's been on like all morning. I'm gonna see if I can actually cover it with makeup because you're supposed to be able to, I think. Oh, and I love Clean as well. There's so many favourites. For concealer, it's the new Fenty one. I've been using the old Fenty. I forgot about the new one. This is the shade 120N. The next question, which is probably my most asked question in this Q&A, is a lot of people saying, when are you getting married? Let's try and put a bit of concealer over that spot patch. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll give it a try. I don't feel fully comfortable telling you the exact date that we're getting married just because, I don't know, I kind of want to keep it to ourselves until after the day. Like, I'll tell you afterwards, but I don't know, I feel like it's a lot of pressure with everyone being like, oh my God, Soph, today's your wedding day. And I feel like if everyone knows, it will just make it feel like more pressure. However, I will say that it is very soon, and I mean, you can probably guess that, but I promise you, as soon as we have some pictures back from our photographer, I don't actually know how long they're going to take. It might be a couple of weeks, it might not be straight away, but once we have some pictures to share, I will post it on my Instagram, so make sure you're following me over there, and then maybe possibly some other content as well, but you will know when we've got married. I will tell you at some point. But yeah, it's soon. Hello, hi, I have a bit of a confession to make. Not gonna lie, when I was filming this video, I thought it was gonna take maybe like a few weeks to get any of our wedding pictures back. I didn't know what the turnaround was going to be. I didn't know that we would get pictures the next day, but we got married. I'm a married woman. There's some pictures on my Instagram, but yeah, this video was slightly pre-recorded in advance. My next video is also pre-recorded, but we got married yesterday. And a lot of people were also asking, how are you feeling about the whole like wedding and everything? I am so nervous, but not to actually get married. I'm just nervous that I'm gonna forget something. And also, I've never thrown a party in my life, so to be hosting like an event for over 100 people and hoping that they will have a good time, I feel like that's also a lot of pressure. The actual getting married part, I'm not nervous for. It's mostly just like the other little bits and pieces, you know? Oh my God, I didn't even plan this to match my outfit. That concealer looks so nice. Yeah, I'm being honest, my skin looks really nice right now. Like, it looks so glowy, and yeah, no complaints here. I don't know how or why I forgot about this. It's the Huda Beauty Tantour. I used to love this stuff, and then for some reason I just stopped using it. I've got the shade Fair. Another funny question that I thought I would just answer, I will come back to the wedding stuff stuff because there's a lot of wedding questions, but I don't want to miss any because I'm like screenshotted them, is what's your favourite snack? And do you have a recommendation for those who don't like sugary snacks? You know what? I am a sweet tooth kind of girl, but mostly just for like dessert and drinks when I'm snacking, and breakfast. When I'm snacking, some of my favourite snacks are pickles straight from the jar, but like the little pickles, not like the sliced ones, not the giant ones, just like the whole pickles, and like the little baby ones that are called like cornicons or something. It's just like the texture, the crunch of it is like, I love grapes, although that's a sweet snack, but another great snack that I love, tortilla chips and some kind of dip. Another one of my favourite snacks is like tzatziki with little pita breads. Another great snack. Those are my snacks. You're welcome. I am so sorry to the e.l.f. Putty blushes. I'm gonna use the shade Bahamas, I think, because I think this is the one that I used to use all the time. Haven't used them in like, I don't know, a year, 6 months. It's been a while. Do you ever have the desire to cut your hair short? You know what? Sometimes I do, and I think, oh, should I just chop it all off and start again? But then I had a bob when I was 7, and I begged and begged my mum to let me go to the hairdressers and get a bob, and she was like, you're gonna hate it because your hair is thick and curly and it's not gonna sit how you think it's gonna sit. And I was like, don't care, want it anyway. Went to the hairdressers, got a bob cut, hated it. I think my face is too round for a bob. I think I'd regret it because I hated it when I was younger, and I remember I went into school and I hid under a table because I didn't want anyone to see me, so I was such a little drama queen. Okay, other wedding questions. Can you tell us anything about your wedding? How's the wedding planning going? People are asking if there's anything non-traditional that we're doing at the wedding. What advice would you give to anyone newly wedding planning? For powder, I'm using the ABH loose setting powder in translucent. Wedding planning is going good. I am actually going to make a whole vlog about like separate wedding stuff, or I might do it on this channel. Let me know, should I do it on this channel or should I do it on my second channel? Because I know that not everyone's interested in wedding stuff. I would highly recommend the website called Hitched. That has been such a huge help. Like, you can do the whole seating plan on there. They have like a checklist of stuff. You can find suppliers through there. Like, it's such a good website, and that's kind of where we started the planning process. Really recommend that website. I found the process fine, actually. Like, it's not been mega stressful. The most time consuming part was trying to find a venue, and then once we found the venue, we were kind of like, oh, that's sort of the main bit. And then after that, the next most time consuming thing has been the seating plan. I think it's a little bit easier if you go for like long tables, but at our venue, we've gone for round tables because that was just like I don't know, that's what they do the most. But oh my god, trying to find seats, and when there's like a maximum of 10 people on a table, just trying to fit everyone together and make sure that everyone's gonna like have a good time and enjoy themselves and be with people that they know, and trying to fit like family and friends into the same room onto like different tables. And then if things change and people drop out for whatever reason, you then have to like reshuffle everything around, and it's just been very long. So I would say that the seating plan has been like the longest bit. In terms of the rest of the plan, we've done quite a lot of it ourselves. Yeah, I will do a video on this on my second channel again of like all the DIY things that we did for our wedding, but we've DIY'd quite a lot of it. So for example, like we're bringing all our own flowers, not real ones. Like we've got artificial flowers, and we're bringing all our own decorations. For bronzer, I'm using this Bare Minerals one, which is the Endless Summer Bronzer in Warmth. Used to love this. What are we bringing? We're bringing decorations. We're doing a bit of a DIY cake job. We're getting one of the M&S double tier cakes, and then we've got some cupcakes to go with it, and then I'm just going to decorate it again with some artificial flowers, because I've been to multiple weddings where they've forgotten to cut the cake, and if they have cut the cake, barely anyone has eaten any cake. So we were like, you know what, we're not going to spend £300 or more on a cake. I totally appreciate like if that's what you want to do, go for it, but it wasn't massively important to us. I've done like a DIY welcome sign. We did DIY like all the stationery stuff, so like menus, name cards, all of that stuff. So I guess, I don't know, is that non-traditional? I'm doing my own makeup, which I guess is less traditional. For blush, I'm using this one by Vive, which is in Cherub. This was right at the back of my drawer, and I thought, you know what, not used that in a while. What else is non-traditional? I'm changing into Converse for the evening. I don't know, that's probably not non-traditional. That's just something because I don't want to have to wear my heels all day. My heels I got on Vinted for £7, which is an absolute bargain. They were brand new in the box, and I guess the person just decided not to wear them and they sold them for £7, so that was a win. I don't know, I'm sure there's other things, but I can't think of that right now. For highlighter, I'm using this one from Too Faced, which is the Moon Crush highlighter in Shooting Star. Don't know if this is still available, but I barely have used it, clearly. I remember this being really nice, so I don't know why I then put it away and never used it again. Oh, we're also doing our own confetti, as in like making our own confetti out of some flowers that we bought in Asda. I really, really wanted paper confetti, but our venue doesn't allow it. Me and my mum put together our bridal bouquets and like the bridesmaid bouquets, I guess bouquets, whatever it is. I guess maybe that's less traditional. I am gonna use this. Oh my god, no I'm not. I was gonna say I'm gonna use this, which I used to use all the time, which is the Lottie London Clear Brow Shaping Wax. The wax has just come out of the thing. Maybe I can still use it. It seems to have all like dried up. Should we give it a go? Just need to wet it with something. But people are asking like what am I most excited for on the wedding day? Obviously, I'm excited to just be married. Me and James have been together coming up 6 years, and I feel like it's just the time of our life, like the right time in our life to get married and sort of like start the next chapter of our lives. In terms of the wedding day, like I'm just so excited to have my family and friends there and have this amazing fun celebration. I just want everyone to have a good time. Everyone to be enjoying themselves. I get to see everybody dressed up, which is going to be really fun. We had a great time. In terms of like married life, I don't think a whole lot is going to change for me and James because we've lived together since we were together for like a year or like a year and a half, and we have a dog together. We're pretty much like, as in terms of what marriage is, we kind of are like a married couple already, so the only thing that's really going to change is us having a marriage certificate. But I'm just excited to be husband and wife. Like, it's just the next stage of our life. I can't believe I'm going to be a wife, a whole wife. And obviously as well, me and James do really want to have kids in like the next few years, and I don't think we don't want kids not straight away. Like we want to get like a few big trips out the way first and like travel as a married couple, have some time with just the two of us, and then hope that we are lucky enough to have kids later down the line. But yeah, I feel like us getting married is just like the start of that whole next chapter, you know, which is just so exciting. This is the Anastasia brow pen. I've got the shade soft brown. I'm actually surprised that this is still going, to be honest. But I will do some more sort of wedding-y content either on my second channel or on here. Let me know where you want to see it, but the video about like all the DIY stuff will probably be on my second channel, which is sophdoeslife. I find it mad that some of you watching have been with me since I was maybe like, I don't know, 18, 19, 20 and living with my parents, and now get married. Someone else said, how's Pinky? Can we see her? She's eating her dinner. I'll get her in a bit. The Makeup by Mario palettes. This is the matte one, and then the shimmer one as well. This looks so nice, and I've barely used it, so you know what, I think I might just go for the shimmer one today, because the matte one I've used slightly more often. Maybe I'll use a bit of both, we'll see. My eyebrows look a bit crazy, don't they? Someone has asked for my top 3 Taylor albums. Number 1 is Speak Now. Number 2 is probably Debut, as in like Taylor Swift, her first album. Speak Now is number 1, but then like Red and Fearless are also up there, and then Reputation's also up there, but I don't know what order they're in. Where are you guys planning to go for your honeymoon? We are going to the Maldives, which I am so excited for. Like the Maldives is one of those places that I'd always seen like influencers and celebrities go, and I was like, I don't know if I'll ever go to the Maldives, and I feel like it's a once in a lifetime kind of holiday. Although actually I say that, I saw somebody the other day on TikTok talking about how you can go to the Maldives on a budget, and it doesn't always have to be like this crazy expensive holiday, which is really cool. She was like breaking down the cost of everything and how much she was spending every day. But yeah, we're going to the Maldives, which is so exciting. We might get a bit of rain because I think our summer is like the Maldives off season. It's probably better to go when it's like, I think like February, March sort of time over there, but we should still hopefully have some nice weather. Quite a few people were asking about the Taylor concerts and how many dates I'm going to, and just a question about like what kind of tickets we had, if I have any advice on like how it was standing and stuff. So the first night at London Wembley, I went with Ellie and our friend Anna and Ellie's brother, and we had standing tickets. We had front right standing. I think we got to Wembley at about 4. We queued for about an hour. I think we were in by like 5:20. The reason why our view ended up being quite good is because we didn't go for, don't know how to explain this, I might have to put a picture on the screen of the stage, but where like the diamond is, we stood sort of like behind it, closer to the front of like the long main stage, but she does most of the stuff like on the diamond and on like the runway bit. When she was on the runway bit, we couldn't really see her at all because she was like too far gone. But yeah, we stood on sort of like the back half of the diamond. We stood here on this side of the diamond instead of there, where most people wanted to stand here, because then you get like a front view of her when she's on the diamond and of the full stage. But because we stood on the other side of it, there was less people there. However, there were a few bits where we couldn't actually see her, but we could see her on the screens, but we still got an amazing view because she did quite a lot of the performing, and she would like turn around and sort of like face our direction a fair amount. We did see quite a lot of the back of her. And yeah, we didn't have to get there mega early. And in terms of like standing, because in Europe all of the floor is standing, it was so long, I'm not gonna lie, I was absolutely knackered. They were handing out free tap water at Wembley. In terms of like going to the toilet, when we first got into the stadium, we went to the toilet, then we grabbed some drinks. Throughout the support acts, we were like drinking the water, and then we went to the toilet again during Paramore. So I missed one of Paramore's songs while I was in the toilet. And oh my god, so funny, when I was in the toilet, I bumped into Molly, Beauty Spectrum, who also has another channel and is also a Swiftie. She's on my management, and out of the whole stadium, we bumped into each other in the toilets, which I found crazy that we'd picked to go to the toilet at the same time in these same toilets, and then we took it in turns to go to the toilet like in twos, just so that it was easier to like get back to where we were. And we would hold up, me and Ellie had the little like Union Jack hats. When the others went to the toilet, I would hold up my hat so they could see us and get back to us, and then vice versa, they did the same thing. So that worked quite well. Have something that you can like hold up to, I don't know, I guess find your friends. And then for the rest of the show, the adrenaline got me through, and I then didn't pee until I got home, which was at like 3 in the morning. But yeah, it was a great time. Long night though, and just plan your toilet breaks accordingly, because once Taylor started, if you need the toilet, you're probably not going to get back to where you were. So hopefully that's helpful if anybody's going in the next like few weeks. And then originally I wasn't supposed to be going on night 2. I was just supposed to be going night 1, Wembley, with my friends, and then we also have tickets for August with my family, because a few people asked in this Q&A, did you get to see Taylor Swift with your dad? The tickets with my dad and my brother and his fiance are in August, so we are going in August, and he will be seeing Taylor Swift. We will be seeing Taylor together, so I'm so excited for that. But I was just supposed to be going to those two, and then my friend Talia had a box for the second night, and she messaged me and was like, hey Soph, like I have a space in the box if you want to join us. And so then I said to her, like, I just want to say I would love to, however I feel really guilty because I'm going the night before. And I said, if you know anyone else that's like looking for tickets, and if you have any other friends that like weren't able to go. And she was like, no, like everyone's good, you are more than welcome to come with us. So I was like, okay, I would love to. So yeah, what a lovely human. I was invited to go with her and some other girls, and it was so fun. That is why I ended up going the second night. So I think some people were like, wait, what, where's your dad? I know that I'm incredibly lucky to like even get to go at all. And obviously, like, some people tried to fight me on the fact that I've been before and I shouldn't go more than once and all of that stuff, but I'm like, I don't really know what to say about that, because I feel like every other artist, people go to their shows multiple times, and no one has ever been like, you can't go more than once. Like, everyone had the same opportunity of getting tickets, and I feel awful for people that didn't get tickets, but then also as well, like, she's my favourite artist ever. I have tattoos of her on my arm. I don't think people should gatekeep and be like, you can only see your favourite artist once. Like, since when was that a thing? Somebody else has asked, who are your bridesmaids? So which colour do I put in the middle? Should I go for this like pinky toned one? Because I've used like the purple. I used this shade and this shade to do this little wing thing, but I think I'm going to use this one. Who are my bridesmaids? So yeah, I don't actually think I've spoken about this before. My bridesmaids, well, my maid of honour is Ellie, as I'm sure a lot of you will guess. Ellie's my best friend. I've posted about her a lot recently on Instagram because she has been the best maid of honour I possibly could ever have asked for. Like, the amount of planning that she did for not just one hen do, but she effectively organised a second hen do a couple weekends ago, which was a complete surprise. So Ellie is my maid of honour, and then my other 3 bridesmaids are James's sister, my brother's fiance, and one of my longest family friends who I've known since I was a baby. Well, she's known me since I was literally born. Oh, something else that's non-traditional is all my bridesmaids are wearing different dresses. I just said to them, like, I want you to be comfortable. Here's the colour scheme. You can pick a dress that you feel comfortable in. Like, I want you to feel great. I'm so happy with the idea of them being a bit mismatched. I think that actually looks kind of cool. But yeah, that's not very traditional. When I've said that to people, like, the bridesmaids are wearing different dresses, they're like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's just what we wanted to do. Like, I'm not super bothered about all of the traditional stuff. Like, I just want everyone to have fun and have a good day and feel like they're best. So all my bridesmaids have got different dresses. So, oh my god, I can't even like put into words how amazing Ellie has been in terms of being like the greatest maid of honour of all time. Like, she planned such a perfect hen do, which I've not even spoken about on here, but I posted quite a lot of content on my Instagram like during that weekend. She planned the whole thing. Like, I had no input other than she'd said to me, like, is there anything that you don't want to do? Like, and I said, like, I don't want any strippers. She planned me a hen weekend in Bath, and a couple weeks before that, James's mum had planned like a family sort of very tame hen do with my mum and then a bunch of women from James's family. So that was kind of like James's side of the family hen do. Then Ellie planned my like friends hen do. We did line dancing to Dolly Parton, which was so fun, as in like we did a line dancing class, which I didn't even know was a thing in the UK, but that was so much fun. It was like cowgirl themed. Then we did a cocktail making class. We went to this really nice pizza place, and then in the evening we actually were gonna go out, but we ended up just like drinking in the Airbnb and playing games, and it was so fun. And then the next day we went to Bath Spa, which I would highly recommend. It was lovely. They've got like multiple floors and a rooftop pool, and it was so nice. So yeah, Ellie planned that, and then she told me to keep another weekend free because she said that it was going to be something just the two of us, and that she had like planned a surprise, and that we had an early dinner booked and that we were staying in London. She booked us to stay in the Ned Hotel, and when we showed up I was like, what the hell, like what are you doing? And then yeah, we were getting ready for this early dinner and then a surprise. I did not think for a second that I was going to show up to this surprise, and all of my school friends were there, like my main school friendship group, because our school friendship group is me, Ellie, and then the rest of them are boys. Don't know how it ended up like that. We just had like all our free lessons together and ended up all becoming friends because we were all like hanging out in the sixth form common room at the same time and just like became a group of friends. Yeah, our whole friendship group was there, minus one person who was at Glastonbury, and he was gutted that he couldn't make it, but I was so shocked. I was not expecting that in the slightest, and they all had like sashes that said hen do. They'd got me like a cowboy hat. Also, unfortunately for me, the place where we had pizza, it was opposite a party shop, and the boys had gone in there and got me a willy whistle, and a giant inflatable willy, which I then was forced to walk around with for the rest of the day. And then we had this amazing like bottomless brunch at 4 p.m. in the afternoon with pizza, and then we went out and did karaoke, and it was just so fun. And they were calling it the men do, but Ellie also organised all of that. So like, I am so lucky to have her. Like, I will never get over that, the amount of planning and effort that she put into it, and to keep it all a surprise. Round of applause to my best friend. I'm actually the luckiest person in the world. I genuinely think that all the time. Like, what would I actually do without her? Another question says, how do you navigate your mid-20s? I keep looking in the mirror and being like, actually, I want to add a bit more to my eyeshadow. I kind of want to add a bit of blue, but that might look really weird, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just using this like turquoisey teal darker shade. Navigating your mid-20s can be really difficult. For me personally, like, everyone is in different stages of life. I remember when I got to 25, I had a bit of, not only did my brain shift, and I think I genuinely started thinking more like an adult when I turned 25. But I definitely felt like a lot of pressure of like, oh my god, like time's running out in terms of like having kids and getting married. And I think because my whole life I'd sort of thought by 25 I would be married with kids. Like, obviously it didn't go that way, and I wouldn't have been ready for kids when I was younger anyway. It can definitely be tricky to navigate because everyone that you know is probably in completely different stages of life. So it's so different for everyone, so it can be really easy to sort of like compare your situation to everyone else's. But I think what I have learned is that you kind of have to just let some stuff go. You don't have to be at the stage that either society thinks you should be, your parents think you should be, family think you should be. You don't have to stick to the plan that you had in your head from when you were a kid, because 9 times out of 10 life does not work out perfectly as you think it's going to. So you just kind of have to let that go and think, you know what will be will be. Everything will work out in the end. I am such a firm believer that everything works out as it should, and so maybe you could be single today and tomorrow you could meet the love of your life and then be married within like a year or something. I know that that's a pretty crazy timeline, but it does happen, and then you'll think, I'm so glad it worked out this way. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing, really, because it's your life. But definitely go out there and live your life. Like, if you're feeling a bit stuck, maybe try switching something up. Like, look for maybe a new job, or see if you can go on one of those sort of like travel tours with a bunch of young people to make friends. Or if you're not able to do that, try and like join, I don't know, a local club, like a running club, for example, where you can meet people and it's just like a free activity. Because sometimes to meet people you do actually have to put yourself out there, which can be so terrifying, but you might do that and you might meet some amazing friends or like the love of your life, and it will pay off. On that note, a couple of people were asking about my running, if I'm still keeping up with the running, how my fitness journey's going. I'm going to use this mascara, which is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Waterproof, but mostly because because I want to monitor it and see if it smudges throughout the day. Yeah, my running is actually going relatively well. I wasn't going to say really well. I wouldn't say it's going really well, but it's going pretty well. It's been a very slow build. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I had never run in my life. When I was a teenager, I was not into sport at all, hated fitness, had a knee problem, couldn't run anyway. PE teachers still forced me to run. It was hell, hated it. And then this year in February, me and James started going to the gym, and I hopped on a treadmill just to do like a bit of a warm up. And every day when I was not that I was going to the gym every day, sorry, like every time I was going to the gym, I was seeing if I could like run for a little bit longer and then a little bit longer, and I'd see like how quickly I could run a kilometer. Because when I first started on the gym at the treadmill, I couldn't run for more than maybe like 30 seconds or 60 seconds max before I would have to stop and slow down and walk. But I just kept building on that, and when I would go to the gym, I would try and see if I could run either a little bit quicker or for a little bit longer. Oh my god, I've just got mascara on my nose. And I slowly built it up that way, and then a few months in, a few people mentioned Couch to 5k, so I did start doing that, which was definitely helpful. It has not come overnight. It has been a slow, painful process. A lot of the time it's just like a mental thing of putting one foot in front of the other, and I was able to do it. And I never ever in a million years thought that I would be able to run any distance. I'm very proud of myself that I've been able to, and I am planning to keep it up after the wedding. I really want to do a park run. Having my Apple Watch has helped so much in my fitness journey, but I'm actually loving going to the gym. Like, I really enjoy it now. But I don't just run, I will do like a run as my warm up. I am going to get rid of that, by the way. And then I will use like the hip abduction and adduction machines. I will use like the arm sort of like weights machines, the ones where you like pull the thing down. And you know what? For the first time in my life, I've actually got a bit of definition in my arm. Yeah, I've really been enjoying myself, so there you go. But no, I will not be running the marathon anytime soon. Absolutely not. I will never do that. If I ever run the marathon, I don't know, that's not me. Somebody said, you mentioned before, but I can't remember, where did you get your tattoos done in London? I got them done at the London Social, and I got them done by Meg at the London Social, and she is incredible. And I definitely am going to go back and get more. I definitely want to get some more tattoos, and I probably will at some point. The London Social are actually doing a Taylor Swift flash sheet, and I kind of want to get some of those. I'm going to use this, which is the Rare Beauty Makeup Mist. I have not used this in ages. A few people also asked, how was my anxiety at the Taylor Swift concert? You know what? I am so surprised. I thought that in that environment, because it's like so crammed in with people with the standing, I thought I would feel anxious, but I actually didn't. Like, I felt fine. Luckily, everyone that we were around was quite like spatially aware, and we all had like our own room to dance, and we didn't really get pushed around, thank God. I was so high on adrenaline, I was having the best time, that I don't even think like anxiety didn't really enter my mind, which amazing. And another thing that I have to say is massively has helped with my concert anxiety. It sounds so silly. Using my Loop earplugs, promise you this is not an ad. I did do an ad with them on TikTok, but that was after I was a paying customer. Wearing them at concerts has been a lifesaver, because I realized that loud noises cause me anxiety. And like, there have been times when me and James went to see Panic at the Disco, when the music first started, it was so loud. This was like last year or the year before, maybe even before I had my loops. When the music started, it was so loud that I just started getting so overwhelmed, and I started having a panic attack. And I was like, why is that happening? Like, I'm fine, I'm sat in my seat, but it was literally just like the overwhelmingness of like the loud noise. And so putting my loops in was like I feel like I can breathe again. I'm just going to use this MAC powder. It's the light blot powder, and I'm just going to use a bit of this because I've not used this in ages and I can't remember what it's like. In terms of lip combo, I forgot about this, I'm not gonna lie, I found it in a handbag. It is the About Face lip liner in the shade Cradled. Somebody said, how's your dad doing and how's Pink's? You know what, thank you for asking about my dad. Oh god, that is really sweet of you to even remember. Fortunately, my dad is doing really well, thank you for asking. My parents did the Marsden March a few weeks ago, and I went to meet them at the finish line. My dad was treated at the Marsden, the Royal Marsden in Chelsea last year for prostate cancer. But yeah, he's doing really good, thank you. Okay, this is the Fenty Beauty lipstick, and I don't know what shade it is. These are refillable, but I don't know how to even change them. Does it just pull? You know what? I don't reach for these Fenty lipsticks because one, the packaging is so bulky that it doesn't fit in my lipstick holders. Two, I always forget how to open it, and I'm like pushing it and like pulling this. You have to twist it and then that pops up and then you pull it out. And three, I mean, the shade says Mother Lover on the side, but I don't know how to refill the lipstick. That's a really nice combo. Someone said, why did you do your hen do so far in advance? That was the only date that we could find that everyone was free. James had his in March because he couldn't find a date for all the boys like to have a free weekend. Someone said, will you be posting a wedding video to YouTube or keeping it private? Probably the full video, probably keeping private, but the shorter video, like we're having like a shortened version made, that will probably go on either YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, but also we might decide not to share that. Like it depends what's in the video, like how it turns out. And then for the people that are asking about Pinky, let me go get her. Come on in. Oh, she is so heavy. Here is little Pinks. I mean, she's not very little. She's got so fat. We're working on it. We've changed her diet. Other than that, she's good. Hello, gorgeous girl. She's got a long body and little short stumpy legs, and so when she puts on a bit of weight it's so noticeable because she just looks like a loaf of bread. We're about to take her out for a little oh, we're gonna go for a little stroll. Yeah, we're gonna go for a little stroll. Sounds good to me. Don't want to get lipstick on you, Pinks, but oh, she's just the best. So everyone, that is me done. Thank you so much to everyone that asked me questions on Instagram. Sorry, that was Pinks. I hope you were all doing good. Thank you for the words of support and encouragement regarding the wedding. You know what? Considering all of these products I forgot about, I think my makeup actually turned out pretty cool. And this is how the spot situation turned out with the sticker. You can see that it's there, but like from the front, it's really not very noticeable. But if you're seeing somebody up close, you would notice that that's there. I wouldn't say that they're invisible, but I think I've just taken some coverage off as well. But yeah, this is the finished makeup. I have to say, another reason I don't really reach for the Fenty lip products is I'm not crazy about the smell of them. It's like, you know when you eat sour food and your face sort of goes like, that's sort of what the Fenty lipsticks smell like to me, and I don't know why, and I don't know how to explain it. But if they smelled like vanilla-y, then maybe I would, but it's just like, I don't know, the smell is a bit like, ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys are good. Sending you loads of love. I will see you in my next video. This cup is ridiculous. Have a good day. Bye.